Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're taking a trip down memory lane with a look at a phone that once reigned supreme in the budget smartphone arena, the Motorola Moto G second generation. This little device made a big splash back in 2014, offering impressive specs for an incredibly affordable price. Let's dive in and see if it still holds up. This particular model, the XT1068, is the unlocked GSM dual SIM variant, meaning it's compatible with carriers like AT&T and T-Mobile, along with various prepaid options. Keep in mind, though, it won't work with CDMA carriers like Verizon or Sprint. The phone boasts a 5-inch IPS LCD screen protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3. While 5 inches might seem small by today's standards, it was a comfortable size back then, and the display quality is surprisingly decent, even now. The 720p resolution might not be cutting edge, but it's perfectly acceptable for everyday use. Under the hood, we find a quad-core 1.2 GHz Cortex, a 7 processor, paired with 1 GB of RAM and the Qualcomm MSM8226 Snapdragon 4 chipset. Now, these specs aren't going to blow anyone away in 2024, but remember, this phone is a relic of a bygone era. Back in its prime, this hardware was more than capable of handling everyday tasks. You could browse the web, check emails, play casual games, and even do some light multitasking without too much trouble. The 8 GB of internal storage is admittedly quite limited, but thankfully, there's a micro SD card slot that allows you to expand the storage up to 32 GB. In the camera department, the Moto G second gen features an 8-megapixel rear camera with autofocus and LED flash, along with a 2-megapixel front-facing camera. Again, these specs are modest by today's standards, but they were respectable for a budget phone in 2014. The rear camera can capture decent photos in good lighting conditions, and the front camera is adequate for video calls and selfies. One of the standout features of this phone was its clean, near-stock Android experience. It originally shipped with Android 4.4.4 KitKat, but it was upgradable to Lollipop. This meant you got a smooth, uncluttered software experience without any bloatware. This was a major selling point for the Moto G line, and it's something that many users appreciated. So, is a Moto G second gen still worth it in 2024? Probably not as a primary phone. Its aging hardware and limited storage simply can't compete with modern smartphones. However, it could be a good option as a secondary phone, a backup device, or even a first phone for a younger child. It's also a fascinating piece of tech history, a reminder of how far budget smartphones have come in just a few short years. If you happen to stumble upon one for a very low price, it might be worth picking up for nostalgia's sake. Just don't expect it to perform miracles.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.